It is literally rotten herring that has been that is in a pickle brine.
Swedish people, am I right?
Like,
take a raw
Wait, and hold on, it's not just that.
okay,
It's basically in the brine until it literally falls apart, and it looks like gray mush.
you know what you sound like? You sound like Tom Cruise's shorter, less successful younger brother. That's exactly who you sound like.
Wait, who, me?
He just called you Tom Cruise's shorter, less successful.
You know what's funny is that I actually used to work for a Scientology company.
Oh my god, no.
Why?
Are you friggin' retarded?
You know, most of the time I avoid hooded athletic shirts like this just because the wrists have those gigantic holes in them, almost like you're trying to cosplay Assassin's Creed or something, and the hood is super underwhelming. But ever since I put this thing on, I can't take it off. It's like a poor type of powerful, though. I feel really powerful, but it's like powerful in a way that I want to slaughter underlings with a lightsaber. And full disclosure, just so I don't get busted by the FTC or have my door knocked on by some sledge-looking dude, I would probably get fused. Just knowing me and the way that I would get swatted, I would probably die via hockey puck. I know you guys hate Rainbow Six Siege references, but my entire Twitter feed after that video is figuratively Rainbow Six memes. It's terrifying. So these people here, Task, are definitely not sponsoring this video. I seriously doubt that they even know that I exist. And the worst part is, I already have a new t-shirt design that I haven't even promoted yet because so many of you guys in the Discord were like, shut up, take my money and give me a t-shirt. I ordered one for myself of the new design, but it doesn't fit me correctly, so I put it on Clarence and he looks like he wants to die. And I think the worst part is, the design is of Clarence and it's on Clarence. So Clarence is wearing a t-shirt of Clarence with a crying seal in its mouth. I don't know if you can get a close-up on that one. Definitely wants to die. I don't know why, but some part of me actually thought this would be remotely funny, like mildly funny. This thing, like, I really want to toss this off the balcony now. So if you want to wear the same attire that Clarence has on right now, I'll leave a link down below, but I really don't care. Maybe I should just cut to the chase and just sell Clarence. Wouldn't that be a lot easier? So now that the clothing segment of the video is over, which ran way too long and contributed nothing, I've kind of ruined myself when it comes to Rainbow Six Siege, because now when I play Battlefield, I don't even see a regular support player anymore. I just see Tachanka. And even though I would consider myself to have Tachanka tier mounted machine gun skills, I've actually been using this thing as a primary weapon. It's called the Limpet charge, which I'm gonna go ahead and assume is French, so maybe it's Limpet. I can't get Montaigne right, so whatever. It looks like a combination of a green lunchbox and a spaghetti strainer, almost like a parent forgot to pack a lunch for their child and decided to slap a lid on a spaghetti strainer and call it lunch, because if you showed this to me out of context, I would have no idea what it was.
Oh, these aren't homemade. They were made in a factory. A bomb factory. They're bombs.
Now, I should establish up front that this weapon requires one thing and one thing only in order to operate correctly, and that's a simple trait called commitment.
All units, be advised, this is kind of f***ed up. Like, when you think about it.
If you're gonna dedicate a gadget slot to the spaghetti strainer, absolute dedication is required, to the point that when you toss it out, you're prepared to kill everyone and everything within a 5-meter radius. Regardless of whether they're in a vehicle or inside a building, it doesn't matter because it's gonna die.
Nobody leaves. Everybody dies, except me and my friends. Maybe my friends.
I would say my personal ratio of unsatisfying to satisfying kills with a lunchbox is probably around 4 or 5 to 1, because most of the time, the guy won't fly into the sky like an air hog, but every once in a while, I think the greatest satisfaction is blowing up an enemy that you know is on a fierce kill streak and clearly skilled at the game, but a stupid spaghetti lunchbox brings everything to an end.
Do you know who I am? I'm gonna run you out!
Oh my god, that was actually a 30 kill streak. I'm so disgusted yet satisfied at the same time.
You could say that it's nothing but a less useful grenade, but I'm pretty sure that the grenade notifier icon is significantly larger than the ordinary explosive indicator because nobody seems to be able to spot it. I'm confident that the whole reason that I love the Limpet so much is because it feeds my craving for panic situations. We all have those moments in game when you're shoved into a situation you're blatantly unprepared for and you may not say anything out loud, but inside your brain you're going,
Aw shit, what do I do now?
An example would be spawning into a place where you immediately regret your mouse click because it's littered with enemies, but you somehow pop a flare and bust out enough gas to pull off a double kill and then get revived. These types of moments are my favorite. Despite the fact that in most of these panic moments, I'm just usually spamming melee and hoping that I can get one of those teleports that are downright outrageous to watch. Maybe it's just my internet connection, but I would say that at least once every couple of rounds, I have somebody falcon punch their way over to me in a way that's definitely questionable. But the glitches in this game are what makes it that much more enjoyable, to the point that they're more features than they are bugs. And for every one glitch that's annoying, like being smacked with a trench mace through a wall, there's one that's enjoyable, like your character having Tourette's. And this isn't the ordinary glitch or your character firing invisible bullets after you're revived. That happens all the time. It's full-fledged flinching. That's so severe, if enemies were able to see my screen like via kill cam, I would definitely be suspected of hacking. The Doom glitch, where your gun is in an awkward position, is a little more frequent and easy to correct, but you can still kill people, by the way. Your gun may not make any noises, but you can definitely fire rounds. But this guy probably beats them all, because he was stuck in an infinite vaulting loop that never seemed to end, and I imagine that can be frustrating. And just when he thought the ride was over, because the animation changed from vaulting to him bouncing in place like he was on a trampoline, he just fell back into the same loop because apparently he doesn't know that the ride never ends. So to adequately sympathize with this guy's situation, I feel as if I need to put myself in an adequately or equally painful situation. So, this is the other t-shirt that my brother got me.
Oh my damage!
It's probably gonna drive you guys insane if I'm wearing a dab t-shirt and I never dab throughout the video. Oh, it's gonna drive you insane. I think wearing this in some places would be considered edgy, but because it's the Bay Area, this is not edgy at all. This is kind of just business as usual, but I feel like I'm in an equally painful situation as this guy now, so we can proceed. So naturally, he asked me for some ammo so he could kill himself, not knowing that there's a redeploy button at the escape screen, but hey, who am I to tell someone not to blow themselves up?
I need a grenade.
I think the worst part out of all of this is that it wasn't even a frag. It wasn't the quick and painless death of an explosion from an ordinary grenade because he was using incendiaries. So Mr. Battlefield's wild ride must have been pretty painful because he was willing to set himself on fire to get off of it. I've switched to using incendiaries myself, which was a bit of a tough transition because I'm used to immersing myself in gas and slaughtering people without masks on, so it took some time to remember that tossing gas grenades at your feet is okay, but definitely not incendiaries.
Mission failed. Bring it next time.
Plus, they're perfect for operations, because for those of you that don't play operations, enemies are normally smart enough to wear masks because at least half of the 64 players in the server are spamming gas, but they're too dumb to realize they shouldn't clump up in bunkers, so throwing fire nades is definitely a smart choice.
Double kill. Overkill. Kill-tacular.
And that's about it. Be sure to tune in next time when we talk about how Kavira is less attractive than IQ, Tachanka is a god, and Fuse is definitely a humanitarian.